Good morning. My name is Jaime Alfonso Verano. Could you tell me your full name, please?
My name is Juan David Barrera Delgado.
And what shall I call you?
Tell me Juan David, no problem.
Okay, now in this first part of the exam, I'm going to ask you some questions about yourself. Are you a student or do you work now?
Now I study and work.
Okay, what do you study?
I am studying business administration at EAN University.
Why did you choose this major?
I choose this profession because I can start my company and make it grow.
Okay, is there anything about your course, your job would like to change?
I would like to change the place of work since it is very far from where I live.
Okay, I would like to move and ask you some question about shopping. Who does most of the shopping in your household?
In my house, I am the one who does all the shopping.
What type of shopping do you like? Why?
I buy food and items for house because I like to know what I have on hand.
Okay, is shopping a popular activity in your country? Why or why not?
Yes, it is popular to go shopping in my country because families leave the house and they take advantage of the time to be together and the bad time is paying for the purchase. The lines are locked.
Okay, what type of shops do teenagers like best in your country?
The type of stores that they get like the most in my country are clothing and shoe stores.
Okay, then let's continue part two. Now let's move on the second part of the exam. I'm going to give you a topic and would like you to talk about for 1 or 2 minutes before you start. You will have 1 minute to think about what you are going to say. You can make some notes if you want. Do you understand?
Okay, yes, I understand.
Okay. I would like to describe an important event in your life. I have 1 minute to prepare. Make sure candidate can see the card during the 1 minute preparation. 1 and 2 minutes for this, so don't worry if it stop you. I will tell you when the time is up. Can you start speaking now, please?
Okay, of course. The event that marked my life occurred when I was 13 years old. I was with my mother and I had an accident where I broke my leg while riding a bicycle. This happened on a Saturday in February at noon on my way to my English class.
Eh, okay, thank you. Do you still think about this event often?
Yes, I still remember that accident marked my life.
Hmm. Do you think the other people involved remember this event?
Yes, I think those who accompanied me still remember it. Was a very painful moment.
Okay, let's continue part three. I will be talking about an important event in your life. And would now like to ask you some questions related to this. Why days are important in your country?
Okay. The important days in my country are Mother's Day in May and Father's Day in June,
Mhm.
Love and Friendship in September, and Christmas and New Year in December.
Okay, but it's important to have national celebrations.
It is important to have a national celebration because it unites a country and, and activities and the economy.
Okay, who is the way your national celebration are celebrated now different from the way they were celebrated in the past?
The way celebrations were done in the past was more dynamic, while the world family celebrating and with more holidays.
And there any celebration from other countries that you celebrate in your country?
Yes, in my country they celebrating love and friendship,
Uh-huh.
Christmas and the New Year, like in other countries.
Okay, thank you. That is the end of the speaking test.
Thank
Bye.
you. Good morning. My name is Juan David Barrera. Can you tell me, please, your full name?
My full name is Jamie Alfonso Verano.
And what shall I call you?
You showed me J.
Okay. Now, in the first part of the exam, I'm going to ask you some question about yourself. Let's start about free time. What do you do enjoy doing in your free time?
Okay, I do exercise because I have health problems. My cholesterol is at 300 points. That's why I do hiking.
How much time do you have each week for doing these things?
I spend 30 minutes per day. That's mean 2 hours per week.
Why do you like doing these activities?
I like to do these activities because they improve my health and my skin. I feel younger.
How did you start doing this activity at first?
Mm. When I received my results about cholesterol test, I decide change my habits.
Let's move on and talk about being of time for appointments. Is being late acceptable in your culture?
This is acceptable. People used to wait about 15 minutes.
Are you ever late for appointments?
Mhm. I never arrive late for appointments. I think it's rude.
What type of excuse do you think are alright for lateness?
I think any excuse is good, but you can have an accident or domestic calamity that will make impossible that you arrive on time.
How do you feel when some is late for appointment with you?
I feel angry because I think that the other person is not serious.
And now, let's move on the second part on the exam. I'm going to give you topic and like you to talk about in for 1 2 minutes. Before you start, you will have 1 minute to think about what you are going to say. You can make some news if you want. Do you understand?
Yeah, I understand.
I would like you to describe a beautiful place in your country. All right. Remember, you have 1 to 2 minutes for this. So don't worry. If I stop you, it will tell you when the time is up. Can you start speaking now,
I
please?
would like to describe a beautiful place. The name is Santa Marta. Santa Marta, located on Colombia, its Caribbean coast is a vibrant city that captivates visitors within a breathtaking, beautiful, and rich historic. Nestled between the azure waters of the Caribbean Sea and the majestic Sierra Nevada mountain range. Santa Marta offers a unique blend of natural wonders and cultural heritage. With its a pristine beach, lush national parks, and diverse marine life. It's a paradise for natural lovers and adventure enthusiasts. The city's colonial architecture, charming streets, and liberal markets showcase its historical significance. Santa Marta is a gateway to the enchanting Tayrona National Park and the Lowe's Coast City, making it the most visited destination in Colombia. The,
We have been talking about a place you have recently visited, and I would like to ask you some more general questions related to the topic. First of all, let's talk about place and tourism. Why do you think people like to travel to different places in their free time?
I think that we travel to have contact with nature and to discover or get to know new place.
How do you see tourist training in your country in the future?
I think that tourists will change because of the political situation. Every day, the country is more dangerous, and tourists is not the best option for foreigners.
Why is it important to protect the countryside?
It's important to protect the countryside because that is where we get our food, and that is where many sources and water come from.
In what ways is the countryside in danger in your country?
The countryside is a risk. It is at risk because of the use of chemicals in the air, water, and pesticides.
Why are historic buildings and monuments important to our city?
Because buildings are important of their historical memory.
Okay, thank you. That is the end of the speaking test.